Boo. Gotcha. It's almost Halloween, a time when the Hallows are just a bit more weenie. It's also a great time to participate in the time-honored tradition of trick-or-treating, or just going up to random strangers and taking candy from them. That is, unless you're anything like me and you're 17, and apparently trick-or-treating at 17 is like just incest levels of taboo and you're not supposed to do it anymore for whatever reason. So that kind of sucks. What the heck am I supposed to do then, bro Jankster? Well, I'll tell you what you're supposed to do at a time like this when you're too old to trick or treat, but you still want to have a darn grand old time on Halloween. Here's some tips for you. Let's talk costumes. Now, just because you're some ugly old neckbeard, that doesn't mean you can't treat yourself and not dress all purdy-like. There are plenty of costumes for teens and adults, including, but not limited to, sexy cop, sexy nurse, sexy underage schoolgirl, sexy Pennywise, sexy minion, sexy Elmo, and the best one yet, Spider-Man. But let's say you don't want to break the bank because a costume you're probably only going to wear once or maybe twice if you're feeling fun one day can get pretty expensive, especially for all you aforementioned unemployed neckbeards out there. So here's a quick tip. This works really well if you're still a student who has a drama club in your school, but you can also try this tactic at a local community theater. What you want to do is find the backstage area with all the costumes and, steal a costume. This method helps if you're indecisive on a costume and or you just don't care. You could be, I don't know, Danny Zuko, Charlie Brown, Bush number 3, or even a Mormon, because, you know, Book of Mormon exists. But if you're still out of luck, you could always go to your local seasonal Halloween costume store and just steal a costume there. And if you're just the laziest of the lazy, there's always the classic ghost sheet that I actually dressed up as in kindergarten because I was, and still am for that matter, wholly unoriginal. If you don't have access to a bedspread, you can always head down to your local Bed Bath & Beyond and just steal a bedspread. And if you can't even bother with the freaking ghost sheet and you just want to wear regular clothes because it's comfortable, there's a thing I personally like to do where I'll come up with a fake character and a fake show and just say that I'm dressed up as that character. It's like how you can buy a costume that looks like Dustin's outfit in Stranger Things, it's literally just regular clothes. For example, right now, I'm dressed up as James Weston's from the Netflix original series Paver Street. But not really, because I made all that stuff up. Don't tell anyone, though. You just have to pray to God that the people you talk to aren't curious enough to try to find Paver Street online, and you're all set. If you're looking to get out and go to a Halloween party, it's in your best interest to bring food. Anytime my parents made me go to parties, including all their adult friends, you better believe I had my face buried in the box of Grippo's barbecue chips the whole time. Mostly because I was antisocial and didn't want to talk to a bunch of random adults I didn't know. Drop a like if you can relate. Anyway, if you want to be the cool kid at the party, you want to bring the best snacks. And the Mac Daddy of all the fall-themed food is pumpkin spice. Pumpkin spice is frickin' everywhere. Pumpkin spice lattes, pumpkin spice cold brews, pumpkin spice cupcakes, pumpkin spice spam, pumpkin spice flavored pumpkin spice. Heck, just snort pumpkin spice to give yourself that spicy pumpkin kick you need. I don't know. Go wild. I'm not your mom. And the reason you need a kick in the pants is because you want to be able to show off your sick and epic dance moves, right? Right? Here are some spookily themed moves that will definitely get you ladies. Get you all the ladies. realistically, you're probably not going to any Halloween parties if you need advice from a 17-year-old loser making YouTube videos in his spare time. So luckily for you guys in the 99%, there's one other place you can dwell. I'm of course talking about the movies. Or better yet, you could always just stay home because there are only like 3 horror movies either currently in theaters or to be released in theaters, and there's like infinite possibilities for movies on stuff like Netflix and stuff, and streaming is basically becoming the new norm, and movie theaters are going to be dead in the next 5 years. Whee! The number of horror movies to pick from is endless, so I'll go ahead and give some suggestions that'll keep you up at night, or whatever. It Chapter 2. It's not exactly very scary, but Bill Hader as Richie makes the movie, and is the best part because he's really funny. I know this is a bad example for a scary horror movie, but just shut up and don't even think about it too hard. Zombieland's 1 and Double Tap. I know these are also bad examples because the Zombieland movies are funnier than they are scary, and that's even intentional. Not to mention I haven't exactly seen the second movie yet, but it's just like I said, just STFU, okay? Halloween, the 1978 version to be exact. It's a poorly aged classic, but it's a classic, so pay your respects, you entitled baby. And last but not least, Cars 2. Unfortunately, Halloween is just one day. Yep, only 25 hours of fun. However, there is one benefit to the end of the holiday. On the day after Halloween, which, fun fact, is also called November 1st, you can go to, I don't know, CVS just as an example, and buy their candy at discounted prices. That means you'll contract diabetes in a fraction of the time and at a fraction of the cost, and have a friggin' blast while doing it. This should be the one piece of advice that you take away from this video if you're learning anything. Or, if you're smart, you can also try to steal the candy from the store. There you have it. Those are the greatest Halloween tips and tricks in the history of the universe. And if anyone else tries to give you Halloween advice, slit their throats.